All right, y'all. So I want to take this time right now and I want to issue my apology for all my subscribers out there and people who may be viewing this my channel for the first time. This right here is more for my subscribers who have been on, but also people who are just now subscribing to the channel or viewing the channel now for the first time. I do want to make an apology, and I know that I've been, basically giving y'all a lot lately, a lot of content, and I just don't want y'all to feel like that, that's what this channel is all about. It's all about overwhelming you with content. Not true at all. It's just a lot of things have been going on, and a lot of things do go on, in the world and so forth. But as of lately, with this situation in which we have, in the Middle East, basically, a lot of things have been going on, and buttons are being pushed. So I do want to make an apology specifically for my subscribers. I know I've been bombarding y'all with videos. I know people have normal everyday lives that they have to attend to, be it if you have kids, or you got a job you got to go to, or you got a business that you have to run, or what have you. I know people have their own everyday lives, each and every one of us. I myself work a 9 to 5, so totally understandable. And I just don't want y'all to feel like that, this channel and Gorgeous Responds is all about overwhelming y'all with content. This channel is all about keeping y'all informed, as well as educated. I like to have a educated viewership, and I like to, bring y'all to knowledge on some things that y'all may not know about, or things that y'all may have thought about, but haven't really put too much into finding the answers or resolutions or solutions for those matters. We talk about that stuff here. We talk about everyday engagement with people, be it the sexes, the female sex, the male sex, be it different races, be it different nationalities, different countries. We talk about those things, and everything that has to do with people and humanity. When we talk about those type of relationships and how they relate to us on a personal or individual level. We talk about the world that we live in now, and which is becoming ever more and more of a dangerous world. A lot of it has to do with various different things, but we do talk about how the internet has impacted each and every one of us here in the 21st century of the world, and how it's just basically changed so many things in our lives and the way that we live. So we talk about all these things, y'all. Obviously we talk about political stuff, but I mean, everything is political, because if you're trying to do something, or you're trying to gain something in your life, there's always somebody else who's doing the inverse. Somebody's basically trying to come for what it is that you have, or somebody's trying to beat you to what it is that you're attempting to gain. So that right there is politics, and we talk about a lot of that here on this show. So I just wanted to say that to my viewership out there in Gorgeous Response land. Obviously, this is Gorgeous Response. I am gorgeous, and I just want to let y'all know that I understand that y'all have everyday lives, and I promise y'all, if I don't have content to give y'all, I'm not just finna give y'all content that isn't there. This is not pick a main news media out there, channel whatever. This is not them. I don't just make up stuff. So I just want y'all to know that, and obviously do have something to respond to tonight. And y'all, it's just the next page, basically. I mean, we talk about the Middle East, as I said before. Today, it's July 20th, and it's Saturday, and I must respond to, the continual Iranian idiocy and just absolute death wishes that they're continued to basically express to the United States of America, to Great Britain, and to the Western world, and really to the whole world, because today they really had other countries outside of the West. They actually had Russian people, as well as I think Indonesian people and people from other different states on this particular ship that they jacked once again. So today, or rather yesterday, it did hit the wire, and it came about that the Iranian regime did in fact seize and hijack 2 British ships. Now one ship they did basically, they looked over the ship, they ransacked it or whatever, and they let it go. The other ship they still do have in captivity. Y'all, so let's do a little recap here, because I know people may be new to this right here, and I want to keep y'all abreast on what's going on here. We have a situation where in the Middle East we have the Iranian state, the #1 terrorist state in the entire world, Iran. Okay, we have a situation where they shot down a U.S. drone just weeks back. That was after they in fact struck a U.S. ship in which they hit it. Okay, so that's 2 incidents. The second incident, we had the President of the United States aimed and trained on Iranian territory to basically strike back and come in with missiles. The President of the United States had a change of mind, in which he decided not to give the signal, if you will, and he held the generals back to not strike at Iran. Okay, he let them make it. So that incident right there basically came before another incident where we had Iran actually jacking other ships. Well, they were jacking ships, other ships. One of them was the United Arab Emirates ship, in which they seized the ship, saying that they suspected that it had illegal fuel going through the Straits of Hormuz. Now, mind you, the Straits of Hormuz is one of the most significant vessels in terms of waters in which the world transport oil around to other countries. This Strait of Hormuz is a significant factor in the world getting all of its oil. As we know, oil is basically the lifeblood of so many economies around the world. Okay, so that's a jack right there. They jacked that ship, and as it turns out, I think they still do have the ship. Now, today we have a situation. There was another situation after that, rather, that which Iran, which they claim it was not theirs, but we know it was. A situation in which Iran drone got 1,000 feet within a Navy Boxer warship, in which the United States warned Iran to get that drone away from our ship and do it in a hurry. Iran didn't heed the warnings. The United States didn't even shoot the ship down. They basically just snatched it out snatched it out the air and put it on the ground, like just like that. Like they didn't even shoot it down. They snatched the drone out the air with the ship and put it on the ground, like that. Okay, that right there just recently happened a couple of days ago. Yesterday, we have Iran jacking 2 British flag ships in the Strait of Hormuz. Once again, the Strait of Hormuz. This right here, all this right here is within international waters, international space. These are not Iranian territorial waters. This is everybody's waters. Everybody that commerces, travels within these waters. All right. So after, or rather, that's what took place yesterday, in which Iran let one of the ships go, and they still have the other ship in their captivity. Great Britain, it's one of their secretaries say this right here is totally unacceptable. It's completely unacceptable. You have the President of the United States chimed in and said Iran's in big trouble. And they say we want to come to the table and work a deal out with them. They can have a deal worked real easy, or they can have it go the other way real easy. However which way they want it, however which way they like it. The President of the United States indicated that they can have it that way in particular. So, this is the point, y'all. I mean, we're just at this point. Now keep in mind, y'all, as I said before, Iran is the #1 terrorist state on our planet. They have produced more terror. They have, killed, hundreds of Americans with their proxy terrorist affiliations. They have harassed Saudi Arabia. They have harassed everybody within that region. Everybody is to the point where everybody in that region is sick and tired of Iran and this regime. I'm talking about Saudi Arabia. I'm talking about Egypt. I'm talking about Jordan. Obviously Israel. Everybody is tired of this state. And I mean, and then when you look at the British, and for the Prime Minister of Great Britain, Theresa May saying that they would not help the United States if they want to get in a war with Iran. The United States is basically on their own with that one. And then it comes out yesterday that they get 2 of their ships jacked by Iran. And now we have, one of their secretaries saying that, this is completely unacceptable, and that if Iran doesn't come off the ship, there are going to be, significant consequences. So listen, this is why we talk about politics. This is why we talk about it. Why do y'all talk about it? Why does Gorgeous talk about politics so much? Why does Gorgeous talk about the election so much? Why does Gorgeous talk about these politicians so much? This is why, people, because a lot of people out there are not up to speed on this content. A lot of people don't know just exactly how close we are to, some major stuff going down, with the United States of America involved in it. A lot of people, they just live in their own world. They live in their own social media world. If they're not in social media, they're just with their family, their friends. They don't, I'm telling you, people out there are jealous of the United States of America. And that's just the bottom line. That's it. They're jealous of the United States of America's money. They're jealous of the United States of America influence. They're jealous of the United States of America's power. They're jealous that the United States of America has done this all within the time frame of less than 250 years. That America has accumulated all this wealth and all this influence. You want somebody, I can hear somebody right now where they did it illegally. People, the world is full of horrible crimes on humanity. And it's not just the United States. It's not just, Europe. It's not just China. It's everywhere. The world history is chock full of horrible crimes committed against innocent or very damn near innocent human beings the world over. Now pay attention to a little bit of your history. You'll find these things out. So when you want to sit up here and talk about America's history and how, they use slave labor to become powerful, listen, people, that was the norm. That's what everybody did. Does that make it right? No. But does that make it something that we continually dwell on and we dismiss as we try to, downplay or marginalize the significance and the accomplishments that the United States of America has endured and gained? No, we're all Americans. If you live in the United States of America and you're a citizen of this country, you're American. You should be proud. You should be proud that the United States has accumulated all this power in such a short time, under 250 years, and has used it negative the less of any other country that has accumulated similar power. If you're a citizen of this country, you should be proud of that. So I want to make sure I say that right there. And I also want to make sure that we know that these things that are going on with Iran, everybody's watching us right now. This is why I talk about politics. As I was saying, we need a strong leader with a strong core and a strong exterior, like this current president of the United States, y'all. Somebody, well, I don't like him. He a racist. He don't care about, this one or that one or this. I'm telling you, the world we live in, y'all, it is so dangerous that if America blinks too much, if they fall asleep too long, if they fall asleep at the wheel, people will have an opportunity and people will try to act on that opportunity. I'm telling you, there are a lot of dangerous villains and criminals out there. Bad actors, hostile actors, like the current one that we're dealing with right now. And if you watch my videos, you know what I think about it. And I'm telling you that we must always stand on the guard. We cannot be caught slipping. Because the United States of America, if we are caught slipping, would not be the United States of America that we all know it to be. This is the greatest country on the face of the earth because of the opportunity that you get. There's no other place on the planet that you get this much opportunity to be what you want to be in your own life. Now, are the outcomes the same? No, the outcomes are not the same. And they ain't meant to be the same. That's the whole point. If you want to go to a place where outcomes are all the goddamn same, go to a Scandinavian country. The outcomes are basically all the same. We know what's going to happen to you. United States of America, we don't know what's going to happen to you. You could be a bum under the street, and some people are cool with that. You could go to Walmart and work for 20, 30 years. Some people are fine with that. Some people are happy with that. You can be a fireman, a doctor. You can be a movie star, a singer. You can be a business magnate. You can, be, Jeff Bezos or Zach Zuckerberg. You could be anything you want to be. It's all about what you put into it. What do you put into it? Because that's what you're going to get out of it. Whatever you put into it. If you want a $500,000 house and you ain't got enough money for the $5,000 house, then guess what? Got to put more into it, baby. That's what it is. It's a grind. It's an everyday grind. If you want a $100,000 car and you can't buy it, then guess what? Yeah, you guessed it. Got to put more into it. Because the United States of America, that is the system. You get out of it what you put into it. That's it. You be whatever you want to be in here. You can't say that for any other place on the planet. So we must protect our values, and we must stand guard for people who oppose us and people who are hateful of us and jealous of us and want to see us die. So I just want to make sure I stress that point right there, because it's very critical. Now the situation with Iran, y'all, the President of the United States has already said that Iran's in big trouble. Iran's apparently about to get another president, because the current president, not Iran, Great Britain apparently is about to get another president, about to have another election, perhaps this year. But yeah, this year definitely. And apparently, that is going to be a welcome sight for the United States of America, because it appears that the current Prime Minister of Great Britain is a very, very weak leader. For all intents and purposes, to say that they don't back the United States, for her to say that she doesn't back the United States in a war with Iran is preposterous. It's preposterous to see all this type of aggression that Iran has betrayed, or portrayed since they've, been acting about. And for her to come out and actually utter those words from her lips is just absurd. So, she's a weak person. She's a weak leader. Let me just say that. And so they're about to have an election. Apparently, we're going to see if, she gets voted out or what have you. But I could tell you, this president of the United States is not playing games. And we've already heard that should we choose not, if it's not within our options to blow Iran off the map, that we could basically take out their uranium sites, all their nuclear sites. We could basically take them out, or if not take them out, totally, we could significantly set those sites back for, a decade or plus. I mean, things are so preposterous in the state of Iran, in this country, in which the government has just absolutely effed up, that you have men that are having signs in the freaking street. I mean, these are just civilians, all regular civilians like you and I. They ain't not in the government. They're not even involved in the government. They are led by a dictatorship, a murderous dictatorship. These guys in this Iranian state, in this regime, has murdered so many people over the years. I'm talking about their own people. I think it was 1988. They murdered like 30,000 of their own people in 2 months. This is a murderous state. And so you have, civilians of this state with signs in the street talking about they're giving up their kidneys for $500 just to put food on the table for their families, y'all. Because things have gotten that bad with the economic structure in Iran, right? It's gotten that bad, in which people are basically dying off because they don't have the medicinal products anymore. The banking sector has been, basically curbed off, so that the finances on the oil. We got sanctions on the oil, what they can do with their oil. So their economy has been really hurting. Their pockets are really hurting. to where you got guys on the street selling their damn kidneys for $500 just to put food and bread and meat on the table for their families. And you got these people steady causing this chaos, steady causing this ruckus, talking about the state, the Iranian state, steady causing this mess, stirring it up, trying their best, to get sent off to their Allah and dying a good and benevolent and honorable death, so they can get all their virgins when they get to heaven. I don't know how many virgins they supposedly got, whatever is in their scriptures. These are extremists. They take their religion to the extreme. Of course, they look at the West as being the great evil, because they take everything in their book, in their religious book, to the extreme. They are an extreme state, very bad and very hostile in nature. And something must be done about it, and something must be done about them forthwith. And I'm just saying that, it's going to happen here, within the near future, because these guys right here, they're not going to get it. They're not going to get it until we act. And like I said, we've had generals that are speaking on it, and we say we don't even need to blow them off the map, as it turns out. How could you want to blow somebody off the map, really, when you got grown ass men in the street trying to sell their damn kidneys to feed their family, man? Come on, man, because their leaders, because their ministers are so damn radical and extreme. They're trying to get everybody killed. These people out here are starving. These people out here are sick. They're hurt. And there is a rebel that's basically brewing to go against the state of Iran. And if they start murdering their people, be on the lookout for that too, because the United States will respond. They're going to respond to that with this current president of the United States at the helm, if they start trying to murder their own people. But so the general said that there is a situation in which we basically can take them out, their nuclear capability out in their nuclear facility. It's deep. Okay, apparently a lot of their nuclear facilities are deep in the ground, but we can take them out, and we can set them back for like years. And that may be the route in which we end up going to keep us from blowing them off the map. Because it's pitiful. It's pitiful. But these actors must be met with, and they must be met with accordingly. Because that's the thing about it. You can't deal with these fools. Like, the only thing they understand, and everybody knows, is sometimes you meet an opponent or you meet an aggressor, and the only thing they understand is you hitting them in their goddamn mouth. That's the only thing they understand. So I just want to keep y'all informed on this right here, and it's going to be more in the future. So y'all just brace yourself. Like I say, I don't never want to overwhelm my viewership. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for liking Gorgeous Response. Thank y'all for subscribing to my channels. Please tell others about it. I really, really appreciate it. And I'll keep coming at y'all with news. And you ain't got to worry about national news media, because they're going to give you garbage. Let me handle it. Or if you want to check out the national news media, obviously that's your own volition. But I can handle it for y'all. You got to trust the channel right here. So thank you very much. And this is Gorgeous Response. I am Gorgeous. Y'all have a good Saturday.